Hey everyone, this is my Patreon powered reaction to the third episode of Dororo. So, last episode, we caught some fish, we cooked the fish because Dororo wanted us to. We taught Dororo some lessons about sight and how just because you have better sight than we do doesn't mean we don't see things that you don't see sometimes. You know, like that beautiful woman over there is a monster, that ugly thing over there is friendly, which he just did not pick up on in the slightest. But, yeah, we vanquished Bandai, the evil demon. We got our nerves back. We met a nice priest dude, yeah, it all went pretty well, I would say. Yeah, I think that's all I really had to say on the episode, so let's just get into this one. 3, 2, 1, play. I can see. Oh, we have somebody alive, but for how long? Not long, it seems. Uh. Oof. Ow. Ah. Well, that's unpleasant. Oof. Oh, not the ears. Ah. Ooh. Fingers, too. Ow. Literal backstab. Well, this is a very pleasant scene. Yeah, that would be pretty traumatizing. Anywhere near that scene. Uh, well, yeah, party's over, all right. Everybody go home. Well, that scene couldn't have been much more dark. It probably wasn't the smartest move to watch this immediately after watching a cute girls doing cute things show, but that's how it goes. But yeah, that was Jukai, right? The prosthetics guy. I mean, it looked like him at least, but I don't know. He hasn't had a lot of screen time, so. That's quite the smile that guy had. It's still such a cool opening. And the reflecting might be the best word for it. Like the chroma key looking thing effect on the guy's clothes. It reminds me of the one Kino's Journey thing opening. The remake with the motorcycle and stuff. They did a lot of that. The story of Jukai. Well, that answers that question. I guess that was Jukai. Kaname. Okay, so yeah, Jukai. People seem to appreciate him, it seems like. I guess in a time of war, he'll be very useful. It's no automail, but it gets the job done. At least that was his left arm. Well, that makes sense, you know. Definitely making a positive difference in the world with this. Teaches man how to use his new limb. That can be taken in various ways. A wooden leg. Does not look like he's aged very much. Head down the rack and I can't sleep. So is the entire episode going to be Jukai focused? It looks like it. Oh, he's such a baby. Walk it off. Okay, yeah, I guess it does look pretty painful. Fair enough. Don't zoom in on it. Well, why did that happen? Give me more context to that story so I know who to blame. Yeah, it must really suck to lose a limb at a time where there's, like, very little medical science, you know? No morphine, fancy antibiotics, and all that good stuff. Rumors about his past? Because we saw that. You have something to discuss with me, Kaname. Judging by that look, I'd say, yeah, that's probably true. We did see flashbacks of that place, so... well, his gratitude for this man went out the window pretty quickly. Sure, but I also gave you a leg, so... You should probably take that into consideration. I mean, if you kill him, only thing you're doing is screwing over the people that need limbs, you know. I hope you realize that. That's who you're really hurting here. The people that will come to him in the future. Yeah. Well, that was a tense scene. But yeah, even from the flashback, I pretty much knew right away that the whole prosthetics thing was probably meant to kind of make up for the separated of limbs, you know, the fingers and stuff. There's not enough fingers on that hand. I guess it doesn't matter because you wouldn't be able to move them properly anyway, but I'd still want all 5 fingers on my prosthetic hand if I had one. I'd want them in the shape of a fist, but I still want them. Oh, just wow, kid. Well, been a very cheery episode, hasn't it? Oh. Are we gonna see him meeting Yakimaru at some point? Because he obviously gave Yakimaru his limbs. So, there we go. I think that's the boat. So yeah, I'm glad we're finally getting this. He sees the monster baby. The very lucky baby to run into him of all people. I don't like looking at it. I really don't. Uh, yeah. Not a lot grossing me out, but just looking at that baby. Yes, a normal looking baby. That man. He should not be the proper heir, though. 6 years later. Yeah, that's definitely a pretty big improvement. Are you gonna eat the crab? At least cook it first. Ow! Just kill it first. I mean, not that he would feel any pain, I guess, but let go. Yeah. Get to see the little Hyakimaru. Well, dinner time now. Let's see, you got the last laugh, crab. He does not hear you, no. Yes. Yeah, or should I assume referring to his senses? Oh, there's that too. Maru, so we're giving him his name. But, I mean, that explains how he knows how to write it, but he wouldn't know how it's pronounced, I guess, obviously. But I mean, different kanji can be read different ways, so couldn't there be people that like don't know how to pronounce it just from seeing him write it? But I guess just given the most common reading, probably. Demon flower? Okay, that escalated. Oof. Uh, wow. What even is that thing? There we go. Well, somebody needs some blades in those arms, I think. Yeah, maybe what happened in that scene with the flower was he picked it so it separated from the root so it died so it lost its color. Is that what happened there? Otherwise, I don't really get it. More demons after him, yay. Yeah, what a rough life. No wonder people are surprised he's still alive at the age of 16. The green stick. Yeah, you need to be able to defend yourself. You won't always be able to throw an axe into its back. And now where training begins. But I mean, like, ooh. But I mean, a trained Hyakkimaru, wouldn't be able to tell him what's happening, so what if he just misinterprets your training as you're just trying to attack him? I mean, I guess he wouldn't, because he can still sense whether you're, like, hostile or anything, you know? So I guess maybe there wouldn't be too much of an issue. He wants a brother. Uh, okay, now we're having his training. Which goes a little bit differently, I'm sure, for several reasons. Okay, here we go. We will be training for a while. Again, this kid is really lucky that he found Jukai of all people. I guess it's meant to counterbalance his extremely bad luck of having his organs sold off by his father to demons, you know. Probably just balances out, more or less. Nice. There's a lot of monsters in this world. Yeah, he definitely improved. Oh, wow. Yeah, because, you know, he wouldn't feel any of the attacks yet. Yeah, but that's gonna change, obviously. World peace. Is he really burying the monsters? Don't sweat it too much. Life is full of wrong decisions. Oh, not the arm. Ugh. The mouth. Oh. Oh. Wow, right through it. That's a wooden sword, isn't it? Like, an impressive stab, considering. Yeah. Answer the same for him. Oh, is he getting his first organ back from this? Or... I don't know, it's hard to tell. Uh... Yeah, I think his regrowing is his leg. You know, not not skin though yet. Yeah, yeah, I can actually move my toes. This is great. But yeah, it happened because that demon was one of the ones with his organ, one of his organs. Yes, and there we go, the blade and the limb. Yes, yes it was. Stupid Daigo. Yeah, but you know, a small child is going with him is completely okay. You know, that wouldn't get in the way at all. I wouldn't say that's all you taught him. And it's important to know in this world. Do we want to, though? So yeah, I guess inanimate objects are great. Oh. It's just... Yeah, Hyakumoto can't really express himself very well, but I think that gets the point across. Uh... Yeah, like just... You really can't express emotion very well at all because he can't speak. He doesn't have a face to smile or anything with. Such a horrible existence. Yes, that's the gist of it. Yeah, his father, Daigo. It's really bad, yeah. I don't know, collector's items. Oh, yeah, you feel pain now. I mean, was him walking into fire as a problem before? Don't do that! Yeah, don't do that, man. You're gonna burn yourself. Uh, Man, could you imagine experiencing pain for literally for the first time in your life? You'll probably see each other again someday. Although right now the meeting I want the most is between Hyakimaru and his brother. Because I know it's going to happen at some point. And obviously his brother's being taught to fight, so... We could get an epic battle between the two of them. With something on the line. But yeah, this is a really good show. Obviously very dark, a bit depressing, but a really good show regardless. I'm really glad that they didn't wait too long to give us this important backstory. That's a mistake some shows make. Uh, Kamaitachi, I guess, was that creature. Okay. Okay. That was the third episode of Dororo. And yeah, this episode was pretty much entirely Jukai slash Yakimaru backstory. We got answers to plenty of questions, which I'm really glad for. So, we saw, you know, Jukai, what he used to do. think the city was with the Shiba army, Shiba group, something like that. But yeah, he obviously did some bad things there. We saw him nailing people to a cross, chopping off fingers and ears. It's pretty bad, you know. It's really bad. But yeah, you could tell he wasn't happy about any of that. He did not want to be a part of that at all. He eventually separated from it, obviously. But you know, people still know about that. Clearly, there are rumors. But yeah, after that, he just made himself a doctor, giving people limbs. You know, kind of atone for what he had done. You know, he acts as if he doesn't really expect that to fully atone for the mistakes he made. Like, he doesn't think it will completely make up for it, but it's like all he can do, you know? Like, it's still better than just letting himself die off and no chance to do anything. So that's kind of where he stands right now. And we see him, you know, helping all these people out. Obviously, a lot of people are very grateful in a time of war, in a time of, you know, tons of violence and cruelty. You kind of need a guy that can give you prosthetic limbs. It's certainly helpful. So, you know, Kaname clearly was appreciative of that, you know, for a while, that he got a leg from him. But, you know, then he found out about the rumors. He was like, okay, you killed my father. I no longer like you anymore. I'll kill you too. Which, yeah, I don't think he thought that through. Because, you know, he, the Jukai clearly does not value his life all that much. Like, he doesn't want to live just for the sake of living. The only reason he's still alive is to help other people, so you are literally accomplishing nothing by killing him aside from screwing over other people. Like, that's all you're doing. You're hurting other innocent people by doing that, so I'm glad he wasn't stupid enough to actually go through with that, and he just left it as is, but he still just, yeah. You know, I can understand being upset, but at least use the leg, man. Just, but whatever. It's his decision. It's whatever. But yeah, at this point, Jukai was at pretty much another low point. But he actually ran into none other than Hyakimaru. He wasn't called Hyakimaru yet. That was given to him by Jukai, of course. But he ran to the baby, the organless baby, and like I hate when it zooms in on that baby. The skinlessness, just all of it, just yeah, bad. But you know, good thing Jukai is a cool guy that he is. He takes care of him, gives him some prosthetic limbs, probably, you know, feeds him, waters him, all the other things you do to keep a child alive. But yeah, it's gotta be difficult to raise a child that can't speak or hear things or, you know, see properly, that doesn't feel any pain, that's constantly being targeted by monsters and stuff. Like, that's gotta be difficult. You know, especially as a single parent, that's gotta be kind of a nightmare. But, you know, he clearly did an acceptable job. He's still alive, taught him to fight. You know, all that good stuff. So, yeah, did pretty good job there. And like I said, yeah, Hyakimaru really lucked out finding Jukai. Just, he could have had a very different life, a very shorter life if he had not. So, hopefully he's pretty grateful about that. But yeah, he even gained a limb in the flashback, at least a leg. So that's why he has one real leg and one fake leg. I never paid that much attention, so it was probably already obvious that one was real and one was not, maybe, but I didn't pick up on it as that until I saw him walking towards the fire and I actually, you know, paid attention. Then I saw that it was real. And then yeah. But yeah, the goodbye between Jukai and Hyakimaru, that was actually kind of pretty emotional, you know, considering Hyakimaru can't really express emotions very well. Just him touching his face like that did a surprisingly good job of conveying a lot. That really kind of got to me a little bit. But yeah, they separated. Jukai didn't want to go with them. Although I don't completely agree with that. It's kind of good if you have a whole lot of prosthetic limbs to have a guy that put them on go with you in case repairs or whatever need to be made. So it's the same reason why it bothered me that Edward Elric and Fullmetal Alchemist didn't travel with Winry, you know? He had to go back every once in a while to get things fixed. But, you know, he clearly didn't want to, and, you know, that's fine. It's just the excuse of, I don't want to, I would just get in your way or whatever, which is funny considering he now has a small child to babysit, you know? And another blind guy is with him, so it's just kind of funny to me. But, yeah, there's not much humor to be had in the episode, though. It was all pretty serious, pretty sad, dark, depressing stuff. But a little bit heartwarming here and there. But yeah, definitely a very good episode to be sure. Clearly, Hyakimaru has a little bag thing that's supposed to be a hint towards his family, so I guess that will be how he eventually makes his way back home. Because I expect that at some point. I expect at some point he'll make it back home. I don't know whether or not he'll have all his organs when he does, you know. I'm kind of up in the air about that. But I think at some point he'll come home. The father will be like, oh my god, the baby I got rid of, why has he come back to me? The mother would be like, oh my god, my baby, my long lost baby, I'm so happy he's back. And then the brother would be like, hey, who's this guy? He looks a little bit like me. Is this my brother? Is that my brother? I didn't know I had a brother. Why don't you tell me I had a brother, Dad? That's kind of how I envision it. But yeah, either way, I do think we'll get that scene. It may not go exactly how I envision it in my head, but I am pretty sure we'll get the scene regardless. And yeah, Dororo got to see that entire backstory. Well, at the very least, he was told about the demon organ thing. I like to believe that somehow Hyakkimaru was able to convey all that to Dororo, but I guess that wouldn't be possible. And of course, the priest wouldn't know about any of that, but still, I would like to believe that he knows all that. But yeah, that's all I really have to say on this episode. But aside from the walk in the fire thing, which is a little bit weird, I guess the point of it was Hyakkimaru was like, "Oh my god, this is weird. I feel like pain or something. I must investigate this further." And then stepped on the fire again. I guess that's his reasoning, but that was not a good idea. It really wasn't. But you know, like Jukai said, you know, he has no real fear of anything like that because he's never felt pain before. I'm sure if you suffered third-degree burns, you would be a little bit more hesitant to just stomp on a fire, I would imagine. But yeah, good stuff. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.